Today I'm going to bake a cake, but there's a very special reason. It's because it's my birthday very soon, and I want to make a cake for my birthday. But I've got some cake mix. So this, if you thought Betty Crocker was the only people that made cake mix, think again, because this is Lidl's. It's a tempting chocolate cake mix, and we're going to follow the recipe. I will leave whatever it says how to make the cake down in the description, but let's get started, shall we? So I've not even prepared the eggs, so apologies about that. Let's stop the camera and I'll just prepare the eggs. So I've got the eggs now, and the first step is to preheat the oven. My oven is my oven is a fan, so I just need to turn on the oven and preheat it to 180 degrees Celsius. Obviously, your oven will be slightly different, but you know, if you can preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius. If you've got a fan, it's 180 degrees Celsius, or gas mark 6. So I think I've covered all my bases, but the first step is to get a bowl, and I have weighed out my ingredients ahead of time. So these are the scales I use. For the water, I actually haven't got a jug on me, so I just switched the scales to the milliliters rather than grams. So if you've not got a jug lying about with the measurements on, that's a great tip. But let's actually empty the cake mix into our mixing bowl. So I'm just gonna get the scissors. I'm gonna cut this. Scissors are sharp, so if you're young, you know, make sure you've got a grown up to do the cutting. But yeah. So that's the cake mix. So there we are, the cake mix is nearly sort of gone. And our next step is to, hang on a minute, the next step is to empty, no, we've done that step. Next we need to add our eggs. So we're going to add our eggs. I'm just going to get a little something to put the shells in. So I'll just put it on this little Pop-Tart thing till I can get to the bin. And it hasn't happened today, but if, let's say, you got a shell in, you'd just get the shell and you'd scoop the shell that's in the cake mix. So we've got our eggs. We need our oil now. So this is the oil I've prepared earlier. It's like Blue Peter, if you know what that is. So the oil needs to go in now. And then lastly, I think our water should go in as well. So yeah, our water should go in. And so the water's gone in. The next step, I can't speak during this because it'll be very, very, very loud and you won't be able to hear me, I'm assuming. Normally I do it with an electric whisk, but I think today I'm going to show you, I'm going to actually put the work in and actually going to stir this to show you what, a lot of people don't have electric whisks. I'm fortunate that we do have electric whisks, but I want to show you what it's like for sort of the average person that might not have these sorts of things lying about. So, and I think cooking should really be accessible, sorry about that, to everyone. So, I'll just hire you up. If you saw a cable, that's my charger. But the next step is to whisk it for about 2 minutes. So, Alexa, set a timer for 2 minutes.
2 minutes, starting now.
I'm just going to stir this And I'm going to tell you a story about the electric whisk I got, which I haven't shown you. But I promise you, hand on heart, I do have an electric whisk. So this electric whisk we got it at Tesco for about £20 at the time. And I think it was before my great-grandma passed away in 2015, but before the pandemic. So some point during then, I had an electric whisk from Tesco, but it wasn't in stock at our local Tesco, so we had to travel really far away to get this electric whisk. So I don't know why I'm telling you this story, but I am, to pass some time, basically, while we're letting this stir. So yeah, we ended up finding it, and we've used it for years. And then recently, so we recently got, it's still in the boot of my mum's car, but you know, we got a stand mixer from Lidl for about 50 quid, and that's what really I should be using. But I'm gonna show. I just want to do this by hand. It's really good for fitness, isn't it? I'm actually trying to. I'm only cooking this for my birthday. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it. Really, I should do what I eat in a day, because for the past few days I've been eating quite healthily. You should really see it. It's lots of fish, just fish fillets and chicken fillets, and just lots of spinach and veg. And I'm gonna show you what I'll eat in a day at some point. Alexa, stop. So that should be stirred now. Now, the next bit is to get our cake tins that I have prepared earlier. And we're going to get our cake, so it's very crowded. So we're going to get our cake mixers, and I actually need to lower the camera a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So I've got two cake tins, sorry. And what we want to do is we want to just divide them equally-ish between the both of them. I've always been a big advocate, not always, because I've never said this on any of my channels, but what you don't know is that like, I don't want to lick the spoon, because if there's flour and things like that in, not in this recipe, but some of the others. Oh, well, there's flour on the ingredients, but you know, when you're using plain flour and eggs and things like that, I don't actually lick the spoon. As tempting as it is, I don't. And I can't remember why you're not supposed to lick the spoon, but I think it's stuff that you shouldn't. I've heard you shouldn't really lick the spoon. This looks like, honestly, the rippling of this, if you saw what I saw in front of me, it looks like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Just look, I really want to show you the ripples of this whilst my charger's on. Look, it's just rippling. So, I don't know if you saw that, but honestly, it looks so much better in person. It's going a little bit wrong, actually. Let me get my spoon and get the cake mix in. Really, I need a spatula, actually. So I might just stop the camera and get a spatula. Hang on a minute. Well, apologies. You know, it's typical, isn't it? Like, you know, you every time you, like, when you want a spatula, you never have a spatula, and when you very well could do without a spatula, you find a spatula, or or insert item here. You know, it's literally like sod's law. Apologies about that, but I might just take. I'm sorry. Hang on. I can't really get everything out of here. But what I might do, I might just put this in the washing up. I might just take a bit out of the other cake mix. Just plonk it in. It's going a bit wrong. At least I'm showing you that not everything in cooking goes to plan. It just happens. It's the luck of the draw. So I wouldn't say I'm a master baker or like a star baker, but I do like the odd bit of baking. And I thought, well, it's my birthday, and I thought, why not get a cake mix and make a cake for you? So that's gonna have to do, and I think let's see. And if all else fails, we can just go to the shop and get a cake. But I really want to make it myself, or most of it myself, because most of it's cake mix. But regardless, let's put these in the oven. One thing I want to mention is at the beginning of the video I mentioned you can get this little cake mix. Now, I was saying that Betty Crocker are not the only ones that do cake mix. And I want to tell you a little story about Betty Crocker. So, Betty Crocker is not actually, believe it or not, Betty Crocker is not actually a real person. If you want to know more about it, you can actually check out this video that a lady called Anne Reardon, her channel's called How to Cook That, and she makes these really like amazing cakes, and actually breaks down a lot of these like food places like Tasty, and things like that. She'll break down what they're not doing correctly in the recipes, but another kind of thing she does is she'll bake these cakes, these really like, I don't know, like a frozen Elsa cake, or I think she did one to do with Taylor Swift's Blank Space. So you can get the idea, don't you? That she'll do all these really terrific cakes that I could only dream of myself doing. And but one of the things, let's get to the point. She did a video about Betty Crocker, and she wasn't saying teaching us that, look, Betty Crocker was not a real person. It basically goes on to mention that she's not a real person. And what else? I'm trying to think. There was something else I wanted to mention. Let's hope it's not worthy of one of her series. She does this series where people will have taken a picture of their cake, and then she has to come up with a way to salvage it. And let's hope it's not today. What could possibly go wrong? And then I'll say that. I'll say what could possibly go wrong, and then something will go wrong. Well, the cake's still cooking, so I will join you when it's done. Okay, now it's time to decorate the cake. I've got the hundreds and thousands from Sainsbury's. I've got the frosting, and the jam is also from Lidl. So we're going to decorate the cake, and let me show you what the final cake looked like. Oh, it looks lovely. It's got blue frosting and sprinkles. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Nathan Hodgson Let's Talk. Remember to get your messages in at nathanthodgson@outlook.com, and I will see you on the next video.